Back to the Murray tractor. I guess we'll call this part 5, even though I said the 4th one was the final one. It runs, but it has issues. It doesn't run very well. So we're going to take the carburetor apart today, make sure everything's nice and clean, put some fuel stabilizer in it to hopefully get out any water. And first thing we're going to do is replace this homemade throttle cable with another purchased part. It's a throttle cable from Napa, bringing our total cost of this project up to a whopping $25 between the pulley and the solenoid for the starter and now this throttle cable. So but we're gonna put that in first. It's a nice rocker. It should fit right into our hole here. I might have to pull the dash out to get it in nice though, but that's step 1. Alright, I've removed the dash covering again, and my throttle cable is quite long because it's just a generic throttle cable. And in theory I could just set it up right here, have it go right to the carburetor down here, and I just cut it to size and such. But this is a parts tractor. Its purpose in life is to be parts for other tractors. So if I have tractors that need long throttle cables, and if they ever need a big one, I'm going to use this one. So what I'm going to do is they have a little, if you see right here, you can actually flip them on either side. So that depends on, you know, which way stop and fast are depending on your tractor. It's customizable like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over so that it's the other way here. And what I'm going to do is have the cable come down, loop around a little bit, and then come into my throttle mechanism here. That way I get to keep the length of my throttle cable, and in the event I ever need a real long one, I've got one in this tractor here, and I won't have to hack it up. It'll be make this operate a little bit harder, but who cares? Our goal here is to make it operable and something that won't let the governor beat up the throttle cable. Okay, not to be too half-assed with this tractor, the plate mechanism here actually just gets squished nicely between the dash and this black dash covering, so I didn't even bolt it down. Between that and the fuel tank, it's not going anywhere. It rolls back into the tractor back through here and eventually comes up right here, so we have our throttle mechanism. And so this would be at idle, and that's set by the idle screw right there. And then as you open it up, it opens the throttle. As you open it up, it opens the throttle, and farther and farther you go, there's a little arm. And here's the choke right here, if I can film it right. So as you go all the way to wide full open throttle, it opens or closes that choke for us. So we've got our full operation, everything's clean here. So on the controls side of things, we're looking better now. Now I'm pretty good with generic carburetors. There are a couple needles and such that you need to adjust to tune out the idle and stuff. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull the bowl out again and going to fill the fuel tank up with some good gasoline. See, it's very little in here. And it still smells horrible even though this is all technically fresh. I'm going to put some sea foam in here to help mix some cleaner into the fuel, because I know we've probably got deposits all over this thing. But we're going to take the bowl off, we're going to pull all the needles we can, clean them up, squirt some cleaner in there, rebutton everything, and generally you can reset everything to about, I believe it's 1 1/4 turns. You know, you screw it in all the way gently and then you back it up 1 1/4 turns. And that'll give us our defaults. Then we just go crazy tweaking screws until we get it to operate nicely. Alright, this is where I edit this thing to look pretty. What I'm going to do for you now is I'm going to start the tractor up, hopefully. And I'm going to tripod the camera. And I'm going to adjust various needles until I get it to run like I want it to. If I had bought a rebuild kit or something along those lines, I would have easily been able to figure out, you know, what was what. But it's been a while since I've rebuilt a carburetor, and they're all slightly different. So I'm just going to tripod it and get it till it runs great. stressed. I've got to buy a rebuild kit for the carburetor, but I did get it to idle level here. And that's a good idle to go for. Let's go for a ride. I've driven it around a little bit. I'm going to change your oil once it gets hot. But let's go for a spin. I've got it in gear right now. I know traction guides are all the rage. Now this is the tricky pop, so hold on. Pretty tight pack snow. Okay, so what did we learn with this video? Number one, I suck at carburetors. No, I'm just kidding. Something's wrong. And I'm clueless, really. There are a lot of adjustments here. So I'm going to go to Napa, and they're going to get me a carburetor kit for this thing. I'll grab the numbers, go off there. That way we'll take it off, take it all apart, go all through it, make sure everything's clean and clear, and then the kit will tell you how to put it essentially at base, and it'll tell me what I need to tweak to get it to do what I want. But it's fun in the snow, that's for sure. But this thing is lightweight. Somebody said, oh, there's no way this thing can push snow. They are totally right. Has a hard time getting out of its own path, nevertheless having to push anything. But it is fun, so it's a bonus there. But I got to really work on getting it kick-ass. So off to Napa, more money, but we'll take care of it.